I'm going to show in a general way how to make a correcting journal entry. There's been a few people that needed to do it, and I've walked through it with them, so I'm just showing you how to make a correcting journal entry to true up your trial balance. So first of all, we need to find your trial balance. So we go to reports. We go to find your trial balance under for my accountant trial balance, and I'm going to make this correcting journal entry for April because that's the last one that we entered for entries. So as you can see, we're quite a bit off on that. We have 6,051, 786, 54, 6,064, 988, 14. So I'm going to export this to Excel as it comes out. As it comes up, we're going to zoom in on this, and I'm actually going to take the trial balance to pull it off to another screen so I can review it at the same time and just simply show what it should be compared to what it is. So what it should be is 237 for this is accounts receivable. This needs to be there. Inventory asset needs to be here. 17,200 for the truck. 4,420 for furniture and equipment. Warehouse and equipment. This doesn't even have furniture and equipment, so maybe that's a big part of what needs to happen. Furniture and equipment. If I have any typos, bear with me, we'll get it corrected. So warehouse and equipment, that needs to be like that. Let's make this real quick, just make this look better. Okay, now we have accounts payable is 0. This should be 0. Notes payable is accurate, 145, 123, that's fine. Accounts payable should be 0. Payroll liabilities needs to be 3, 117, 58. Shareholders distribution, that is accurate. And retained earnings and opening balance equity. Is that those two combined? Nope. So we'll deal with that. Sales for the year needs to be 315, 487. Sales discount needs to be 3301. Cash discount needs to be 3780. Discounts given, there is no discounts given, so that needs to be 0. We have the sales discount and cash discount, so that might be because it was mapped wrong or something set up where you put in the wrong account as you've mapped it. And when you're making credit memos and other things, or when you're selecting a sales discount, you're selecting discounts given in some way. And that goes back to how we set the company up. And I have a whole video about how to address that and how to deal with that. COGS, usually 66996. Billable expense income, that needs to be 0. I don't know what that is. Services, that's 0. That's fine. Merchandise returns and discounts needs to be 621.96. I think we do need this. Alright, miscellaneous expenses needs to be 551. Equipment repairs 2250, so that's right on. Bank services, that's fine. Telephone, that's fine. Office supplies, slightly off. Payroll expenses, rent, travel expense, utilities expense. So all this should equal 651,786. This should equal 651,786.54. Yeah, okay, so now we need to make the differences. So this is going to be a debit and credit. This is my journal entry that I need to create. So this is going to be this minus this. That's for any debits. This needs to be for any credits. Okay. And then we'll go one by one. You could do this with the formula, but we're not going to do that. So it's going to be the net of this. So we're going to take some of this and debit it. Oh, wait, debited. Okay, this will be this. This will be over here. Same with this. Right? Should be this. Right now we credit, we need to reduce it down, so yeah, that's right. I like that. Alright, so this should be our entry. We're going to debit all this and credit all this. And let's see how, make sure it matches. We're a little off. Why are we a little off? Where are we off? Let's see here. So this is just slightly off. 237. This is right on. This is off because we're debit here. And now we have a credit. So that is this minus this. Okay. Debit. It's going to be the net of this to give a balance of this. Oh, that's why. We have to do a total of 33,650 to get to the correct amount there. There we go. Okay, so this is the journal entry that we're gonna make. So again, I'm gonna pull this off. I'm gonna come into here, do the new journal entry. I'm gonna book this in April, April 30th, last day. And we're going to say it is adjusting journal entry, correcting journal entry. An account, you're going to do the Canyonlands First National Bank, and that's going to be a debit of $35.58. And that's going to be correcting journal entry match true up. Now, there's a number of times when this actually comes into play. There's a few times that if you do an audit, you'll match your activity to match the audit numbers. There's other activity that you might do to match true ups, or when a consultant comes in, or and you can always go back and forth and saying, well, I don't think this needs to be this, I don't think this needs to be this. But in this case, we know the PDFs are accurate, so we need to match the PDFs. There's an issue here because their names, I guess we'll just load all the cash cells, because accounts receivable cash cells, it's just going to be a catch-all, so we don't mess up any of the other accounts receivables. But ARs and APs require a name here whenever you do a journal entry, just so you know. Let's see here, we need a furniture and equipment, and that's a debit of $44.20. And what else we got here? Accounts payables. And the accounts payable, me correcting things might be a problem, just slightly, because I don't know where I'm collecting it from, these customers. It should be a vendor. Maybe I'll just put it into petty cash for now, because again, we're not reviewing these, but in real life we'd want to get that accurate of who we owe and why we owe it and what we have to do to correct it. But here, if there's a balance sitting on petty cash on the accounts payable ledger, that's the sub ledger, then it's not going to be an issue, because I'm not grading on that at all. Opening balance, equity, 360. Sales. Oh, no, cancel. 2790 sales. And that's a credit of 5670. And then 47.95 sales discount of 14.10.10. And then 4,800 cash discount 26,645. Then discounts given. Billable expense income of 274.09. Then COGS, cost of goods sold. So just keep going until we get everything. And and this is not a small entry. But on the other hand, it's not the biggest one I've ever made either, so 6,000 miscellaneous expense. So don't be too shocked. And then office supplies. And I messed up somewhere, but we will correct it. Utilities expense is 318.09. Okay, so we have 3548, 1259, 33650, 4420, 7491, 87, 8775. There we go. I'm missing retained earnings. You don't see retained earnings in there. And that, brothers and sisters, is the beauty of double entry accounting. Okay. So our totals for that equals 62,454.57, and this is 62,454.57. And you know what I'm going to do real quick? I am going to copy that into that, save that, and I'm actually going to upload this as backup of why I did it and when. And then you hit save and close. And now, as we review this, we go back to April, the trial balance for April, run on an accrual basis. We have exactly what we need for, where is my, there it is, PDF. So we're in April, 651, 780, 654. 651, 780, 654. Now the other reports, like the P&L, the sales per customer, the other things like that, might not match because of timing. But this, the balance sheet, should. The balance sheet's all messed up too. I wonder why. Why is the balance sheet all messed up? Because of timing. Some things happened. Doesn't make any sense. 145. Oh. It's because some of these accounts were set up incorrectly. So for example, this note payables account. The note payable account is not an asset account. The note receivable would be an asset account, but this needs to be not a bank account, but rather a liabilities account. And accounts are long-term liabilities. Notes payable. Let me save. Yes. So I think we're getting closer. Still not right on though, which is concerning. Oh, let's do it for the right period, time frame. Oh, now we're right on. Awesome. So that, brothers and sisters, is how you make a correcting journal entry real quick. And that's something you can do after every month. If you go through and things are wrong or not in the correct account, you can just do a quick correcting journal entry and correct it at the end of each month. The only thing you're not going to be able to do is affect the COGS account. the COGS account, you can affect the count itself, the general journal, or the general ledger, but you won't be able to affect the sub ledger where all the COGS and costing is taking place. So that you won't be able to correct with the general or journal entry. But for the majority of what I correct and what I review, you'll be able to fix it and you'll be able to go forward with it. But costing is completely different. Costing, you need to double check your work, triple check your entries, the dates, the amounts of your purchases, your sales, and things like that, if you want to get that completely accurate. That's all I got. Thanks for watching.